and we like we have some other thing which is like spiritual. We should fulfill that spiritual need, whereas animals cannot do.
If a person is not doing any of the spiritual activity, so that means what kind of life they will be living then? Because there is no spiritual aspect itself, they are not doing that. Nice, okay. So this was the first session, right? Exploring the inner self, right? What did we do in explore? Because here only you will open up, you will speak. And now it's not live right now, you can speak. टाइम लगेगा बेटा, टाइम लगेगा.
Hare Krishna. So in the second one, we talked about the 5 elements that we have: sense objects, and our 5 mind, ego.
So we were discussing about knowing ourselves, right? So what is this? We are made up of, right? Outer covering, inner covering. We were just trying to understand ourselves, like that, exploring the inner self, like who we are, what is the gross body, subtle body. Subtle body made up of
5 elements:
mind, intelligence, and ego, right? Any other topic you can recollect?
Body and soul.
Difference between body and soul.
And about karma.
Karma, yeah.
So karma, vikarma, and karma.
Vikarma, karma.
Sukarma.
So all we discussed about karma, which is prescribed in Vedas, and the people who work without any scriptural reference, right? So we karma, and we should do karma which doesn't give any punya or pap. It should be done on the only for pleasing the Lord. Any other thing you recollect? Chelsea, I'm starting this. That's okay. Okay. Mind your mind, right? What did we discuss in that? Mind your mind.
Mind has a nature of always material.
As our mind is material, so it's always thinking about the material things. So if we engage it in spiritual activities, and by engaging in spiritual activities, our past impressions is getting washed away, and new impressions of spirituality is being there. So we can control our mind in such way.
Right, and we discussed like how strong those impressions are, right? Very difficult to cleanse those impressions, right? We discussed about like when we sleep at night, whatever we do, the activities during the day, it come in dream, right? But we do so many God conscious activities also. That will take time to come to our dream, right? But all other things, maybe you may recollect, like you're going into kirtan, you're attending a program, but still so much materialism is there. When we sleep, Lord should come in our dream, because we are going for kirtan. That is very difficult to come. So much mind is into material platform. So that much dose we have to give to mind. Why it is happening like this? Because mind is so much engaged in our day-to-day activity. How much time we are able to spend in our activities here? How much time we are spending for spiritual activities in a day? 15 to 20 minutes, some chanting or whatever. Are we spending 24 hours? No. And okay, 8 hours we are sleeping, and whatever time we are left with household activity, and we feel like we should see Lord, and we are spending how much time for the Lord? Hardly any time, and we are feeling like Lord should give me everything. I love God, right? But how much time? So, and that's why our mind plays with us, because mind is seeing now where mind is engaged. So that's why when you chant, mind will take you somewhere here and there. because it has a habit. Now most of the time you are engaging mind in many activities. So we discussed that, and we discussed the beautiful thing last week. What was that? Do I need a guide? And we discussed about Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, about his background and how a guide should be. We discussed about what are the qualification of a spiritual master. I hope all of you have gone through the video if you have not attended, because that is very needed to understand who can be your guide, who can be your spiritual master. Okay, today's topic is attitude of comparison. Okay, attitude of comparison. We will before we start, we will just talk about one story of Kali's worshipper Bhakta. So he was a worshipper of Kali, and she was very much pleased with the worship, and he asked, "What you want?" So he said, "I don't want now." So his desire was, slowly I'll keep asking, because in one time maybe I may not be able to get everything. So he thought, "Har din mangunga, every day I will ask." So that's how. But Kalima, then she said, "Tathastu." Okay, so she said Tathastu. But she said something else also. But he was so excited, he didn't listen to that. So what happened? Next day he started asking for something like, I should get, like if it is like 100 rupees you get, his neighbor was getting 200. If he is getting one lottery of 1 lakh, another person is getting a lottery of 2 lakhs. His wife was pregnant, he got one child, neighbor got twins. So whatever he was getting, his neighbor was getting double. So because he didn't listen now what Kali Mata was saying beyond that. So then he said, "My one eye should burst." And neighbor's 2 eyes. And he was very happy. See, he's so like he's so much into that, like comparison. Too much into comparison, because I have something much more than what other person has. Right? So he didn't listen what Kali Mata said. Whatever you get, your neighbor will get double of it. But he thought, I will get. But when he's seeing that, and that story conclusion is, he is not, he is happy in that ki chalo, that neighbor's 2 eyes are burns. So people see everything in terms of happiness from a different angle. Like if seeing other sad, they are happy, right? And here this is called as disease of comparison. This we call it as a disease. If two things you see same color, that doesn't mean you can compare. So you can't compare apple with tomato. So all living beings are individual, different. So every characteristics of everybody is different, right? So first of all, that on anyway it will come. But why we are different? Why each living being, their things are different, their behaviors are different. A person has some prosperity, other person will have little less, some will be beautiful, like that we discussed, remember? So why it is like this? Karma. So we, based on our karma, we are getting this. And one more thing which we should always remember, it is closely connected to the discussion of soul. Because this is all on the outer covering. Whatever we did at the previous birth, that soul is transmitting from this particular body to another body. This body to anyway go into vein, right? Where will it go? It will be converted into ashes, right? In this thing, it will be converted into ashes. It will be burnt, right? And in some places, it will be converted into stool. Right, they will put the body, and in vulture or animals will come, they will kill, and then they will eat, and it will come in the form of stool, and in some places in the earth, like mud, mitti, they will dig it and then it will be converted into earth, right? So it is either converted into earth or ashes or stool. But what are we doing? We are taking care of body very nicely, which is going to convert into these three products. That everybody is clear, right? But what is there in that body? Soul. Like soul, we are not taking care. That's why we are suffering, right? And we do all this kind of comparison. So now, how do we come out of this comparison? What is the antidote for this? So in Bhagavatam, they have given the solution. Like why? First of all, we are clear. Like there cannot be any comparison. Now, what could be an antidote for this? What is the solution? So please repeat after me. Swadharma archanam shaktya. Swadharma archanam shaktya. Vidharma cha nivartanam. Vidharma cha nivartanam. Daivallabdena santosha. Daivallabdena santosha. Atma-vicharanarchanam. Atma-vicharanarchanam. Somebody can read the translation. Whoever is having mic can read it.
One should execute his prescribed duties to the best of his ability and avoid performing duties not allotted to him. One should be satisfied with as much gain as he achieves by the grace of the Lord, and one should worship the lotus feet of his spiritual master.
Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 28th chapter, 2nd verse. Swadharma archanam shaktya. That means you should perform your dharma, your prescribed dharma. Shaktya mane best of your ability. Vidharma cha nivartanam. Vidharma matlab unauthorized. Unauthorized work we should not be doing. Right? We should do only the work as per dharma and we should do best of our ability. And we should not avoid performing duties not allotted to him. Daivallabdena santosha. That means one should santosha mane, one should be satisfied as much as labdena, as much as gain he achieves. Daival, that means by the grace of the Lord. Atma-vicharan archanam. One should worship the lotus feet of Charan Archanam, lotus feet of a spiritual master. So that means, what is the first point? One should follow his dharma, right? So what is our dharma? So dharma and so what is dharma? Prescribed duties, right? So what Lord did when he sent human being, when he created living entities, he sent Vedas, and he sent and he created proper order like Varna and Ashram, right? What are the four Varnas he has created? Social order, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. And then ashrams, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. So he created all this so that all living entities, when they are in this material platform, they can be there peacefully, cooperating with each other and remember me and come back, right? That was his ecosystem. So he created Brahmanas so that they will impart knowledge, and Kshatriya he created with the qualities like they will protect, and then Vaishyas they created for business community, and Shudras to serve all these three. And various ashrams were there. So when you get married, both husband and wife can be in brahmacharis means till the age of 25 you follow brahmacharyas, learn your things, learn the problem for all of us is we didn't learn about God. When we were I was today only I was thinking when we were child and when we were like in your age group we never knew, we were in that fly like in the young getting ready, all these things were there. We never thought about like there is a life after death, this body, all this perspective were not there. So those things should be taught in this time period. And then when you get into Grasta, everybody is ready, they know like what is the aim of life, and then they will follow their Grasta ashram where husband and wife will run their family together, and the aim is clear, like when we all die we should remember Lord and we'll go back to his home. And then you have Vanaprastha. So after age, at certain age, because we will have responsibilities, right? So we will be doing Grastashram, and at certain point of time, people will be free from their duties and they will be completely dedicated for the Lord. But now these days, what is happening when people are getting old, they are taking care of their grandchildren. They are much more occupied as compared to their own children, right? And then the last stage is sannyas. So sannyasis is like a different community where people are completely dedicating their entire life for the Lord. But there is a scope for gresta also. Yesterday also in our topic we discussed, right? Gresta also can get liberated if they follow the complete process of Krishna consciousness. So majorly why I spoke about this is because they talk about swadharma. That means we should do duties as per our qualities. Now we don't have like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra kind of community. Do we have that? Right? No, in corporate or in anywhere. What kind of job we are doing right now? Shudra. We all are serving, right? We all are working class. It is not like this. There is a ecosystem where everybody is cooperating with each other and all are working towards that yuga is also not there, that activities are also not there. So but one thing is very clear, though that see it has converted into caste system, but Lord never gave caste system. Lord classified based on guna, qualities, right? So each one of us, like whether you talk about India or whether you talk about US, you talk about any other place, everywhere there are different category of people. Some would like to do some kind of work which other wouldn't like. Some will have a leadership quality. Some will have a seva kind of quality. Some would be some will be good in crafting, decorating. Everybody has a different characteristics, quality, and they are good in that. So it is. So that, why it is like this? Because Lord has created this ecosystem. Lord has classified, sent the based on quality we should work. So that means when the child is put into the school, what school should do? They should understand the quality of a child, and that kind of education should be given. Because this person has a leadership quality, so he should be trained as a Brahmana. He has a quality of Kshatriya, so he should be trained to rule, administrative kind of role. And if it is a quality of Vaishya, that means he should be getting into the business kind of model, right? But nowadays what happens? When you put a child in the school, there is a prescribed curriculum, there is a prescribed thing, and people follow that. And they all are getting ready for the preparation of a Shudra's kind of role, right? So that's what here the context is for dharma archanam. That means we should do the activities as per our nature, and we should not try to do the activities of another person thinking like I should do that. This is one this thing was there, this marketing people are getting because of this attitude of comparison. You don't have this, we will provide you this. You want long hairs, this product you try. You want fair complexion, you can try this. You want straight hairs, this product you try. So this attitude of comparison only, because they know people are frustrated seeing this person is able to do, I am not able to do. Everybody has a different strength, right? Everybody has a different capability, and if we compare, two things will happen. Either we will try to compete in such a manner like our strength will go down, or we will keep getting frustrated. Oh, this person is able to do, I am not able to do. This person is very rich, we are not. Ambani we will compare, he has so much, we don't have. Then so we will keep crying only, right? So that kind of comparison, it's not needed, because it is not you have done it. It has come on its own by the will of the Lord, and you have done some activities based on that we have got, right? That is the second part. So don't try to do the activities of others. What is the third part? What is the third section? Third line? Being satisfied whatever you have got, right? So being satisfied whatever you have got. So this is giving you a kind of learning where in academics, or you're in a corporate, or you are a housewife, or you are working any place, be satisfied with whatever you have. That is what in your Nishkam Karma also, do the work, leave it to Lord, to all the fruits. So this kind of do the work just to satisfy the Lord. Because why Lord has created this Brahmana Kshatriya, so that you all, he said, I will be satisfied if you follow your duties, because he only created he is only created Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. He only created, है ना? And when he has created, why he created? So that all of them can do their duties and can satisfy. We always used to have a doubt, right? How we can satisfy Lord by doing duties? This is how, because Lord only created. He said, do your duties. But now we get confused. What kind of duties we will do so that Lord is pleased? ठीक है, घर का काम अच्छे से करेंगे तो Lord will be pleased. That means we are doing our duties properly. But now that ecosystem is only not there. We don't have those kind of classification. So that's why Lord has to come in Kali Yuga and tell us, like, now you have only one option. What is that option? Hare Krishna, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Because you will have so much of constraint. You will not have time, you will be busy, cleanliness will not be there. So wherever you are, you can sit and chant. You are busy in cooking, right? Play Prabhupada's sessions. We are able to do. If we are not in Krishna conscious, or if in this manner, what we would be doing? We will be sitting and doing that activity. Now, while doing that activity, we can still remember Lord, right? But when this kind of system was there, where brahmachari, that Brahmana, Kshatriya, so they were doing the duty when they were very clear. The center is Lord. We are doing it for the Lord, right? So that's what is being said. Santushta. You should be satisfied with the activities what you are doing. And then you should always worship the lotus feet of the spiritual master. That we discussed in the last week's session. We should worship the lotus feet of spiritual master because he is directly connected to Krishna. And we discussed about that disciplic succession, where how the chain is connected from Lord. You remember Prabhupada, we discussed that chain, Lord Krishna to Prabhupada, like he gave the knowledge to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, right? Narada to Vyasadeva, all this sequence, and Prabhupada was in the sequence number 32, right? So that chain is connected. So he knows the truth. He has all the clarity. So if we hold his hand, we are sure, like we are in the Bhav Sagar, and he will take us from that, right? So we should always be dependent on the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Okay, if we follow this, then where is the attitude of comparison? Will it come? It won't come only because Lord has given this is we also are doing straight hair, go to curly hair, go to straight hair, this dress, all these things, that kind of things are coming because of comparison. And this person's dress, whether it will suit you, the fashion what is happening now, our body structure, it won't suit only. In fact, I went with Chelsea yesterday, so we were she was buying some dresses from, what is that, Zudio. So I looked at it, and this is called shirk kind of thing. So I said, I still tried one kind. It was looking so ugly. I said it is not only meant for me. So if we try doing that, it won't work only because it is not made for us. So we, whatever we are made up of, we should do that only and try that. Corporate culture, if you see the dresses, the attire, what they wear, and attire matters matters a lot. External matters. External also impacts internal, right? So if we go to corporate, if I see my office thing, automatically if we try to wear those kind of attire, our nature mode also will go in that direction. So what I try to do, I go like this, so that I feel like I'm going to temple. So automatically, at least at one level, it will not impact. So that's how we have to try what we are and how we can be. If we try comparing, though if I am not in Krishna conscious and there was a meeting happening, everybody is in a jeans, t-shirt, nice, this kind of, and I am like this, though, then automatically, if this is not there, we will feel now how everybody is in the corporate and how I am. ठीक है ना, that is this thing, their characteristics, they are like this because they are happy in that, right? And I am happy in this, so we should be. So when we do this, we'll be happy because nothing will impact us if that attitude of comparison will go off. This is clear, na? And it is like given in Bhagavatam. Attitude of comparison you will not have if you follow this. Okay. So as we discussed like this, this is a disease. Now how to come out of this disease? First is work according to your nature. Whatever you are, like, but one thing I want to tell, don't compare this materialistic thing to spiritual activities, okay? In spirituality, keep doing everything, whatever comes on your way, okay? So, because our spirituality thing is just for pleasing the Lord, whether we may not know some of the things, but still we should try to please the Lord, okay? Don't say, so I don't have this quality, I can't dance, so I won't dance. Nah, don't do it. Because He is the only one who will not see whether you are a good dancer or a bad dancer. Oh, I don't know singing, I should not. Arey, you can chant na Harinam, so do it. Dhun will be created automatically. So don't compare that in Krishna conscious service, right? Because here, their comparison will be there. He is the only one who doesn't compare. How much ugly we will be, how much bad we will be, He will accept. He is giving us. If He is not accepted, we would not be having shelter. We would not be having food, right? He loves, that's why we have. If we give Him more love, then we will get more. That's the only thing. But He loves us. If He doesn't love, the children say, na, आपने क्या किया हमारे लिए? You don't do anything. अरे बाबा खाया पिया बढ़ के कैसे आए हो? That we should remember, na. We will say, Lord is not doing anything for me. So whatever you are breathing, na, who has given you that breath? You are eating food, who has given you? That much He is giving you. Now you reciprocate with Him. You do give more love to Him, He will reciprocate. Right? So first is work according to your nature. So that everybody would know some of their characteristics, like I am good in that. So job satisfaction, you see, na, these days we are not satisfied with the job. That kind of comparison will come. Like when they do engineering. Now IIT, there's a race. People will get into IIT, but they will do, to get the name, they will do some engineering just to get that degree. But when it comes to placement, then there will be a problem because IT will be given more preference as compared to other branches. But one but you should be clear, your goals should be clear. I've got into this because I wanted to do, but now I know, like, I can't get, my interest is not in coding. If I get into that, I know after few years we will get frustration. So your nature, so based on that you prepare yourself, your journey, which, in what particular thing you will be good at. So the problem is that job dissatisfaction comes because people are trying to compete. Children after 12th, they are in dilemma what to do, whether medical, engineering. So everybody get into the same race. Friends are doing this, so we will also do this, right? So that's how that, right, Samriddhi, in college also that comparison will be coming now, and automatically children will not be able to see when you can see now, one you got 70%, one of your best friend comes and she said I got 85%, whatever 70% you were happy, you will be, Hare Baba, I got less, right? Your happiness suddenly disappears, and the outcome which you want to give, that also you won't be able to give, because you will be in anxiety, right? It comes in every stage. People ladies who have got married, got children, and they have small children, and their friends, they meet their friends who also have small children, but they are working and you are not able to work. Then also you will compare, see, she was my friend, she was with me, how nicely she is doing, and I am sitting at you. Like, that kind of comparison will always put us down. We will be in tension. So we have to see, and we have to be, actually, when goal is clear, then those kind of comparison will not come. We have got this body, we have to just work. Why do we work? What is the reason for working? Maintain the body. Okay, you have good enough money, everything is there, then also still you work. What could be a reason? Luxury. You have good luxury also. For satisfaction of mind. Mind shaitan ka ghar hai, right? So we have to engage our mind, at least some activity, some kind of involvement we have to give. Why we are giving this? Because mind is not ready to take complete Krishna conscious. If you make mind, you completely leave everything, sit at home, will you be able to do 24 hours? That is difficult, right? So that's why partially some work has to be done, so that mind is engaged. Because mind takes us so many places, so we have to engage our mind, that's why we work. So, but we should work according to our nature. Next is work up to your maximum capacity. Your maximum capacity. Everybody's capacity is 100% capacity is different, right? Don't compare somebody else's 100% capacity with you, right? That will lead to stress again, because everybody's capabilities are different, everybody's 100% is different. Then don't aspire to do other work. That's what in that shlokas we discussed. Whatever work as per your qualities is allotted to you, do only those activities. And then work is meant for the satisfaction of mind and not to prove anything to this world. So when you work, one thing you said, like, we will be working for maintaining of our body. That is, you, and you don't have to show. But these days it's a show business, getting into, like, I am into this position, and that kind of comparison is, that kind of positioning is happening. If we leave that, if we are clear, like, we have to work because our mind should be engaged, and we are not ready to be engaged 24/7, and we need some kind of Lakshmi, so that's why we are working. But we are clear, like, we will just do our work just to ensure, like, for pleasing the Lord and engaging our mind, and not doing that comparison, like that person has somebody has got the credit, some in the sense like appreciation, then you get distressed, like this person has got, I didn't get. So those kind of thing will not come if we are clear about these four fundas. What is that? Work according to your nature, work to the maximum of your capacity, don't aspire to do Others work is meant for the satisfaction of mind, not to prove anything. Okay, and then be satisfied with whatever result is achieved. Okay, so first we were discussing about, actually before coming to this PPTs itself, I have discussed most of the things. First point was work according to one's nature and capacity. We discussed about there are job dissatisfaction because you are not taking the career or academics as per your nature. You are doing what a race is following, and in that direction people are getting into. That's how this job dissatisfaction will come. So all these things are already given in Bhagavad Gita. So whatever we are learning today, it is like practical application of Bhagavad Gita, right? Nothing general thing, but from reference of Bhagavad Gita and practically applying Bhagavad Gita. We always learn Bhagavad Gita, right? But here today we are talking about applying Bhagavad Gita in our life. Now this is again from same thing what we discussed. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasha tasya kartaramapi mam vidye kartaram avyayam. Somebody can read the translation.
According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of the human society are created by me, and although I am the creator of this system, and you should know what I am at the normed over, being unchangeable. Bhagavad Gita 4.13.
So four divisions are what? Four divisions of human society? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So who created? Lord created. How he created? According to the guna, according to the three modes of material nature. So Brahmana will have which guna? Sato guna. And Kshatriya will have Rajo guna. Vaishya will have mixed of Tamo guna and Rajo guna. And Shudra will have Tamo guna, right? So based on these gunas, this human societies has been created. You see how, like, this particular understanding, if we all get, it is very clearly all the things whatever Lord has created, and material modes are driving. Person knows, like, he is into Tamo guna, ignorant. So he can do the work of that, like you can take an example of maids, right? They will do the work of, they don't have time. Lord has occupied that class with lot of activities, right? They will be busy in their house, those kind of activities. They will not get time for understanding Lord. But one thing is clear, the Shudra class, they will be in Tamoguna, ignorance, and they will be doing that activity, but still Lord will be satisfied because He has created this, and they will also be satisfied. They will not compare. See, I am doing this work, they are rich, they are doing this. They will not have this comparison because that's how their internal characteristics are, and they will be happy doing their work. Right? If you see the other mode, Satoguna, Brahmana's job is to impart knowledge, to talk about self-realization. So Lord has created all this based on these gunas, and these gunas, that every human being and all the entire activity, it's like Indradhanush, all the colors are mixed together. So all these three things are mixed together. That's how the entire universe is working, right? So all these are created based on three modes. Now the another one you can see this. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Visham, Shudras. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Visham, Shudras. Vaishyas, Shudram, Chaparantapa. Karmani, Prabhibha. Karmani, Prabhabhitani. Svabhava Prabhavya Guna. Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are distinguished by the quality born of their own nature in accordance with the material mode. O chastiser of enemy. Who is saying this? Krishna. He has only created, and he is saying like all these four qualities are distinguished by the quality born of their own nature. Now everybody has their own qualities. Now what we try to do, whatever qualities we have, but we see somebody else and we try to compete with them, and that's how it will lead all this mess, right? Because Lord has created this quality, these varnas based on the qualities. Because you have this quality, that's why you are in this category. You have these qualities, that's why you are in this category. But now those categories are converted into caste system, right? That was never a caste system, that's based on qualities. Since it is a caste system and people were treating Brahmanas were treating Shudras in a bad manner, right? So they are Shudras. In fact, when we were in childhood, we have also seen like in some homes we were not allowed to eat, right? Those kind of constraints, because it converted into caste system, right? Brahmanas, they consider that as a superior. But you remembered in the previous some of the sessions we said like thread will be there just for the name's sake, because now there are no true Brahmanas. So what are the categories based on quality and work? So what did we discuss about? Four kinds of systems, four kinds of people are created: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas and Shudras. Now what are their qualities? Here you can see in Bhagavad Gita 18 chapter 42, it talks about the qualities of Brahmanas: peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which Brahmana work. But in Krishna consciousness, you see, all these qualities will manifest. These qualities will manifest. Why? Because whatever qualities, whatever Lord created this ecosystem, He created based on qualities. The purpose was to satisfy Lord. Now this ecosystem is not there. So what we are doing, Lord came and He said, you chant the holy name. And when you chant the holy name, when you serve the Lord, automatically purification will happen. That caste system, that system what Lord has created, we are not following that. It's not happening in a Kali Yuga. But Lord came and He said, you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we are chanting that, because all these things, whatever He created, so that people can do their work, get purified, understand Lord, right? That is why it was created. Now that system is not there. We are following a system where we are chanting the name of the Lord. But when we are chanting the name of the Lord, we are trying to follow the Yuga Dharma, and we are trying to please the Lord. When we are trying to please the Lord, automatically we are developing the qualities of Brahmana, right? Truthfulness, austerities, all these things will automatically come. Now if you see here, next is qualities of Kshatriyas. What are the qualities of Kshatriyas? Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle. So these leadership, these are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. And then on the business class, farming, cow protection, business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and the Shudras, labors and service to other. So if this kind of system is getting followed, then entire all the people will be happy, because everybody would know their job. Now so it's all ulta pulta, right? Who is doing what? Like in earlier system, ladies were taking care of house completely, men were taking care of their house completely. Now nothing is happening in that manner, right? Everything is reverse or mixed up. So that's why this system will not work. That was given in Kali Yuga. Nothing will work, right? Remember in one, when we before we start mantra meditation, We discuss about what was in Satya Yuga, what was in Treta Yuga, in Kali Yuga, what is working is Harinam Sankirtan, because that's the only thing which people can do with lot of difficulties. That also. What was the first point we were discussing till now? Do the work based on nature. Second point, capacity. If you go beyond your capacity, then otherwise you will have this kind of issues, like you may become crazy. Oh, I'm not able to do. When we take something which is beyond our capacity, automatically we will become crazy by seeing this comes in corporate kind of example I'm giving, because in corporate you see this person is progressing, I also want promotion and I want to take up that role, but then when you take up that role you see like you are not able to do, because too much of stress, too much of work will be there. But you have seen like, now I have spent so much, I'm so intelligent, or I have so much of experience, I should take that role. But then you will realize like it is not meant for me, and then you get depressed, right? Promotions in the office, it works on this kind of model only, right? They see this person is at GM position or he is at VP position, we should also, that's happening in the corporate these days. People try to prepare their subordinate to that level, but always see what is your maximum capacity. Otherwise you will become crazy, right? One thing is, don't be lazy. Like, try to do the work based on your maximum of your capacity. Don't give less than 100%, because that's inferiority complex will come if you these kind of things are basically trying. See, this is the example. Small box is meant for small child, bigger box is meant for bigger. So don't try to do the comparison. His capacity is to carry this much load, this person's capacity is to carry that much load. So based on capacity you should try to do their work. So Shreyan Swadharma Viguna Paradharmasu Anushtitat Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya Paradharma Bhayavaha. Somebody can read?
It is far better to discharge one's prescribed duties, even though faultily, than another's duty perfectly. Distraction in the course of performing one's own duty is better than engaging in another's duty, for the follow another's path is dangerous. Bhagavad Gita 3.35.
So it's very clear in this, like you should follow whatever duties, whatever based on your karma, you should do the work and give your 100%, and maybe you may not give perfection, it may be faulty, but do your prescribed duties. Do not try to take the work of others. And this is like though it is like in corporate also, some kind of life skill classes they will give, but here you see in Bhagavad Gita it is completely given how a person should be working. So Karma Yoga, when we say in Karma Yoga, this is actually talking about how we should be performing our karma, right? Work according to your nature, work according to your capacity, work according to your like how much work you will be able to do, right? In this, don't try to take anybody's else work. Whatever is allotted to you, you should be doing your work. And whatever you do, you should not be doing the work to impress other, right? Say for example, you are preparing some presentation. If the objective is, it always happens in office, I have seen every time, people try to see happy, like please manager. Okay, manager has to be pleased, but the objective is only to please manager. Manager is a person, his thought process will change. What will happen? Today he will be happy, then he'll say no, make these changes, and again you sit and do it. I always keep telling, don't try to please. Actually, my manager, I will not say because so if you try to please, instead of pleasing manager, try to see for what is the objective of doing this. When your objective is clear, automatically you can align manager's thought process also with this. But because he is also manager, he would have some thought, he would have given you to do the work, you are doing, then he'll say you do the improvement. But better than that, if you know the objective and clearly understand this is actually corporate funda and this completely works. And because if you try to impress other and do the work, no, you cannot impress anyone, that is clear, right? Can you impress anyone? No one will be satisfied, but you can impress Lord. That's a very simple thing. So, and Lord said, I'll be happy if you are doing work as per your capacity. So he said, I'll be happy. So that's why if we do the work just to please him. So we always have a doubt, now how Karma Yoga Lord will be pleased? Because Lord says, I will be pleased if you do the work as per your capacity. He said, now here, I have created this system, I have given you the qualities, do the work of yours, don't try to do the work of anybody else. So if we are doing the work as per our capacity, automatically we are pleasing Lord. If we remember this, instead of pleasing anybody else, if he is pleased, who is that other person who is not pleased? Because we are doing the work with the objective, and there is a clear objective given and we are fulfilling. And then we discussed about this part also. Why do we work? We work for the satisfaction of mind. We feel some satisfaction in our mind. With that you should do. You got 100% marks, you will be satisfied. That is what you should see. That person will be impressed by me, I got this. Right? This person will be impressed. Tomorrow you will try to impress somebody else. If we try to do the work only to impress Lord and for the satisfaction of mind. So this is, there is someone who always values and remember our service. All other people will forget, like how we also forget how our parents would have struggled and brought us up. We would have forgotten. Now, who has, see, this chain is going on, na? We are doing for somebody, now our children. And after that, they will forget, they will do for their children. That chain will keep on going. But this forgetting service attitude of their parents, everybody forgets, right? Today you get a boyfriend, that boyfriend will become so you will forget like how what parents have done. Your all sacrifice will come for that, right? We will forget, priority will change, right? Children will come, that husband's priority will change. That will always keep changing. We'll try to impress in between somebody else, but there is one person who will remember even small service given to him. You give him Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, he will always remember with love. He is the only one we will not forget. You have done so much for me. I will ensure like you will remember me in the next birth. This birth, whatever we do, everybody will forget. We don't have to go far till end of our life. Now itself you do for somebody else, you will forget. This is this we were talking about, like you should do the work for the satisfaction based on your ability. This is Ram Setu time, right? Monkeys were lifting big pahad stone. Hanuman was carrying a big load, but one squirrel, she was carrying small pebbles, and they were making fun. Oh, what you are doing? And but then Lord is saying, see, I am happy with the service what she is doing. You will have big pahad, but in between small spaces are there, right? You need small pebbles. So that she was feeling, right? So the Lord values the work of every individual based on their ability. If he is not valuing, then he wouldn't have created this kind of varnashram system. Then why people should treat Shudras also very badly? Lord only created based on qualities, and he said, I will be happy if you follow your duties, right? So who are we to compare? Like he is at this level or we are at that level. So कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुर् मा ते संगोस्त्वकर्मणि. So you have right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities. Never be attached to not doing your duties. I will not do only is better, or because of this, because of me this has happened. Those kind of thing, you are not responsible. Never detach, just never get attached to not doing anything, because this is not coming so I won't do. We are not getting the fruits, so that's why but our problem is our system is so much fruits oriented, right? Just try to recollect, you do this you will get this. We do tell children now, like you get this, I will give you this gift. Get good marks in this, I will get you this. Get this rank, you will get this. That we are cultured like this only. Fruits, we do the work based on fruits only, है ना? I am seeing that like in every in offices also, you if you do this you will get this. If you everywhere fruits things are there, but Krishna, that's why we are suffering. Like that's why anxiety is there, because what Gita said, we are already we are doing the work opposite to that, right? So here he said you have rights to perform your prescribed duty, but not entitled to the fruits. But what we are doing, we look at the fruits and work towards the fruits, right? So we should come out of the results of the fruit and work according to our prescribed duties. Then we will be at least following one basic this thing like karma yoga, right? At least that activity we will be following. I also didn't realize like it has come to the end. So if you see here, it's like today it was all about karma, like how we should be doing. And that anxiety, stress, all these things we will be able to come out, because that comparison, that person is at this level, we are at that level, nothing will happen, no comparison, and aram se we are doing our work. And these kind of practices, if we follow in spirituality, will work, because no, in that case, actually we should try to do little more for the Lord. So summary is work according to nature. So who decides our nature? It comes by the three modes of material nature, right? And based on that, classifications has been created. Work according to your maximum capacity. Don't aspire to do others' work. Work is meant for the satisfaction of mind, not to prove anything to the world. I take a simple example also. It's in our Krishna conscious only. When we are singing, we have to ensure like everybody newcomer also they should be happily engaged. But when you are singing, we should try to see like absorption, how our mind is engaged in chanting the name of the Lord, where the Lord I am able to please. With that feeling, if we sing, because it comes from the heart, automatically it will touch others, right? So because sometimes we get scared how other people will think, whether we are doing right or, but when we may not be right. I'm not saying like we may not be playing kartal also nicely, we may not be, but only thing is when we are doing it for Lord, here and there mistakes He will correct. That doesn't matter, the message should go properly, that He will take care. Be satisfied with whatever result is achieved. So to follow this, see, we are saying like we have to do like this, we should be doing like this, but until unless we follow some practices, we cannot follow this. So what are the various practices we should do? We should chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We should so here basic things, which is every day you should do mantra meditation, regular study of Bhagavad Gita, and don't miss these classes, which is Festival of Enlightenment. So if you do these things, always attend, because these sessions You may meet somebody, somebody will come at your home, you meet your neighbor, you can spend half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, nothing related to Krishna will be there. You can take my words, like after 1 hour you will feel I'm getting so tired because you would have spoken so much unnecessarily, right? This used to happen earlier also, right? In our home somebody will come, we'll start chit chatting, automatically our energy we get drained out. Yesterday all some, like we had bhakti vriksha and we had some devotees came at our home, we were talking, discussing for about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. After that we were so energetic, it was nice. Same thing, you talk in take in material, after 1 hour we will be exhausted, right? So always ensure like you don't miss this kind of association, because material association you will get it everywhere, full of people will be there, right? But this spirituality association you should try to retain, because there are many people who will struggle for it. And you may see, like when you go to your native or any other place, when you are alone doing bhakti, that time you people will realize like how important it is. So always and you all the girls, like you have the like you have a very good association of material people in and around, right? Whether you go to college or your office, right? You can see the difference what you get when you come here and when you are in that association, right? The kind of energy you get here and the kind of stress you get there, right? So always try to attend this. And regular reading of Bhagavad Gita, I shared with you people shloka day series. At least go through one shloka every day. And night 9:30 we are connecting. This entire month we were reciting Damodara Ashtakam. Now we will get into again Bhagavad Gita important verses. Not much, just one verse. So those important verses we will be taking. You people, because that will cover the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So that's how, if you keep connected, that's how you people will be connected with the Lord. It's not about learning, remembering, it's about the more Vedas will go, more Bhagavad Gita essence will go, your intelligence will be strong. When your intelligence is strong, you will be able to differentiate what is right, what is wrong, and you will be able to take correct decision, whether to go for the session or whether not to go, right? Mind will try to stop, but your intelligence will direct the mind. No, I will go, right? That kind of thinking will come. Any questions? So this, anyway, we in the session also we discussed Yug Dharma is Harinam Sankirtan. So we discussed about whatever is happening in Ayurveda Yuga, it is for the satisfaction of Vishnu. So Kritiya Dhyayato Vishnu Tretayam Yajito Makai Dvapare Paricharyayam Kalo Tadhari Kirtanat. Whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwapar Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 52. We see marketing thing, you buy this, this will happen, we take that, right? Now here Bhagavatam is saying that whatever result was happening in Satya Yuga by meditation on Vishnu, whatever was happening in Treta Yuga by doing this, so you will get the same result just by doing Sankirtan. So we should have a good faith on scriptures. That's how we had one session only on faith on scripture. Remember, we were discussing about why our scriptures values a lot. We discussed how Mughal came, how Britishers came, how everything got so we should have a faith like it is given. And who is doing the marketing here? Lord only is saying, and He has only created. Okay, so here Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. इति षोडशकं नाम्नां कलिकल्मषनाशनम् नत्तापरातरूपाय सर्ववेदेषु दृश्यते So these 16 names composed of 32 syllables are the only means to counteract the evil effect of Kali Yuga. In all the Vedas it is seen that to cross the ocean of nescience there is no alternate to the chanting of the holy name. Right? So it is like whatever we discussed about anxiety, stress, these problems, all these things will be eradicated if we chant the holy name of the Lord. So we'll start with the Panchtattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. We will chant with Prabhupada in chorus.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare